Afternoon, everybody. Welcome to the regular council meeting, City of Gulf Shores, March 9th. I'll call the meeting to order and ask for Pastor Larry Wood from St. Andrew by the Sea to lead us with invocation. Welcome, sir.
Thank you so much, Mayor Kraft, members of the council, all of us here today. May we bow together in prayer. Just a block away from where we meet, Lord, moments ago there was a minor accident that you were attending to first. Those of us who came past saw a father and children piling out of the car that had gone into a ditch, and there were others who stopped to be of help. It was a small example of the way that a community is supposed to work. There will always be needs in our midst, God, and we pray that you will help us to attend to them readily, to be good neighbors, to stop what we're doing and to be of service. And that is part of our gathering purpose for this evening. It's not because there is an emergency, but rather because there are opportunities for us to be attentive to our neighbors. Help us to do so. Help this council to do its work well, and help all of us as citizens to join in that. And we ask this in your sacred name. Amen.
Amen. Please join us in the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag to the republic which stands one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Toby, call roll, please.
Mr. Garris?
Here.
Ms. Guthrie?
Here.
Mr. Harris?
Here.
Dr. Dyken?
Here.
Mr. Jones?
Here.
Mayor Kraft?
Here. First item on the agenda tonight is approval of minutes. We have regular council meeting of February 23rd minutes submitted.
Motion to approve February 23rd, 2026 regular council meeting.
Second.
Have a motion and a second. Any changes or additions? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Those minutes are approved. The next set is the same night, March 2nd. We have a council work session meeting minutes.
Move for the approval of the minutes of the council work session meeting of March 2.
Second.
Motion and a second to approve these March 2nd minutes as presented. Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? March 2nd special work session meeting approved. Next, we have March 2nd special council meeting minutes.
Move for approval of the March 2nd special council meeting minutes.
Second.
Have a motion and a second. Any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Those minutes are additionally approved. Next item is the approval of expense vouchers in the amount of $8,740,077.55. Hannah?
Yes, sir. Of that total, capital purchases total just over $87,750 used to purchase police flock and WatchGuard cameras. Capital projects total just over $8.1 million, with $6.5 of that being for the high school project and $1.4 million for the pet bridge, followed by $130,000 spent on the new 8-foot wide sidewalk project. And when you back those larger expenses out, the biweekly operations total just over $528,000.
Thank you, Anna. Council, any questions for Anna on these expense vouchers?
Move for approval of said expense vouchers.
Second.
Having a motion and a second to approve these vouchers as submitted. Any discussion or comment? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Those expense vouchers are approved. The next item, we have a special presentation of Junior City Council Spring Market. Lindsay?
This is just, there are no changes from last week. This is just for the approval for the large gathering permit submitted by the Junior City Council for their event, the Spring Market, that will be held on March 28th at Waterway Village parking lot next to the sloop. So there's no changes today.
Thank you very much. Duly noted. There's no action to take on that. So moving forward, we have a public hearing, Resolution 7090, to approve a CUP request for Crystal Village. Andy?
Yes, sir. Good afternoon, Mayor and City Council. Dawson can bring the, thank you, sir. So the first application that I have before you is ZA 2553. It is a requested conditional use permit for a beach access for Crystal Village Cottage subdivision. So in this case, the applicant seeks a conditional use permit to have a beach access located at 957 West Beach Boulevard, which will serve a 17-unit cottage subdivision across the street at 975 West Lagoon Avenue. There's a couple maps showing the location of 975 West Lagoon Avenue as well as 957 West Beach Boulevard where the beach access is proposed. Some of the existing conditions, this proposed beach access will be along the west property line of Ocean House number 1 condominium. Basically it'll be within their parking lot, and you see the photographs of their existing parking lot. A little history of this application. City Council actually approved this beach access in August of 2024. Its conditional use permit is only good for 1 year unless acted upon by obtaining a building permit. The applicant did not do that, therefore they had to reapply. So they reapplied, and this application was presented at the December 16th, 2025 Planning Commission meeting, and the Planning Commission recommended approval with 10 conditions. So this diagram shows the proposed cottage subdivision located on the north side of the road, as well as the proposed beach access on the south side of the street. So the beach access will be located approximately 250 feet east of the Crystal Village Cottage subdivision. It will be connected with a 10-foot wide sidewalk, as well as a crosswalk, which will go across West Beach Boulevard. Signage will be provided leading guests and visitors and future residents of the cottage subdivision to the beach access, and the beach access will be maintained by Crystal Village Property Owners Association. Beach accesses are allowed by the zoning ordinance between two similar zone properties if approved by a conditional use permit. So a few more details of the proposed beach access. It will be 5 feet wide with 4 feet tall locking, or 4 feet tall metal fence on either side, locking gates on both ends. There'll be trash receptacles, showers, and low-level turtle-friendly lighting, as well as a 4-foot landscape strip along the west property line. This construction of the beach access will cause the removal of 2 existing parking spaces. So that area is to be restriped with 19 compact car spaces so that the Ocean House number 1 condominium does not lose any parking spaces. And you see a few details of the gate and fencing and proposed signage there on the screen also. In the analysis portion, staff, beach access is allowed by the CUP permit. It will provide a dedicated beach access for future residents of the Crystal Village Cottage subdivision. And Ocean House number 1 has provided a draft easement for the beach access and approved the beach access going across their property. So with that, staff recommends approval with 10 conditions. The first one is that prior to issuance of a building permit, they must obtain approval from the ALDOT, Alabama Department of Transportation, for the crosswalk across West Beach Boulevard. I did speak to the applicants right before this meeting. They believe they're very close to obtaining that permit, but they have not received it yet. Condition number 2, prior to the issuance of a certificate of occupancy for any of the houses within Crystal Village Cottage subdivision, the sidewalk and pedestrian crosswalk within West Beach Boulevard and beach access shall be completed. Condition 3, prior to the issuance of a certificate of occupancy, the 19 parking spaces shall be restriped. Condition number 4, the water access shall only be utilized by Crystal Village Cottage subdivision. Condition number 5 is they shall record a easement for the beach access prior to the issuance of a C of O. Condition 6, the declaration of protected covenants shall be recorded and be placed on the subdivision plat. Condition 7, the homeowners association shall perform routine servicing of the beach access. Condition 8, the dune walkover, which will be constructed as part of the beach access, shall be approved by the Alabama Department of Environmental Management. Condition 9, the applicant shall replace the landscaping on the west side of the beach access. And then condition number 10, the dune walkover ramp shall face towards the east, which is back towards Ocean House number 1 condominium. And with that, I'll be happy to answer any questions.
Thank you, Andy. This is a public hearing, but before we hear from the public, council, are there any questions for Andy?
I have one question. The proposed 10-foot sidewalk, is that within the area that we got the grant to extend from 9th to 11th?
Yes, sir.
The multipurpose, is that 10-foot dimensions consistent with our design for the multi-use trail on that section?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
And we've spoke to the applicant about that, and they're willing to match the design exactly. But our proposed design is 10 feet, but they'll get with us and make sure the location of the sidewalk is placed in accordance with our plans as well.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Any other questions, council?
I have a question. I mentioned last time, I can't remember where the closest public beach access to this is.
Let's see, going towards the,
10th Street,
I think it'd be at 10th,
10th.
10th Street.
going towards the west and then back. Yeah, that's the closest.
Okay, I think we should put a sign there directing them, since we're adding a crosswalk, or they're adding a crosswalk where other people will be using it to go south across. But then if they get to a gated beach access, if we can have a sign that says public beach access, directing them to the 10th Street access, I think that would be,
Okay.
it would prevent people from trying to break through or hop the gate or that, for those that I know they're concerned about, and then help everybody else find out where they're going.
Right. Okay.
You can add that, so when we vote on it, that will be added, okay? Anybody, as public hearing, anybody with any questions or comments related to this decision? Council? Is there a recommendation?
Move for the approval of Resolution 7090 and waive its reading
As modified.
as modified. Thank you.
Second.
Have a motion and a second to approve this as modified. Any discussion or comment? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Resolution 7090 is approved. Next, we move to new business, and the first item is Resolution 7091. This is to authorize a wetland waiver permit on the Lindsay property. Andy?
Yes, sir. There are no changes from last week's presentation, but I will quickly go over this. So the applicant seeks a wetland waiver for a property in the 1100 block of West Lagoon Avenue. Property is highlighted on the screen. It's just to the west of West 10th Street. So the Planning Commission at their December meeting approved an application to split this property into 2 lots. Wetlands are located on both lots, and the wetland protection regulations do not allow the platting of wetlands unless the city council approves the platting of the wetlands. So that's the reason this application is before the city council, because it takes city council approval to plat wetlands on new single-family lots. So on the screen is showing the proposed subdivision. You've got West Lagoon Avenue on the right-hand side of the screen and the Little Lagoon on the left-hand side of the screen. The wetlands are highlighted in green. The 30-foot wetland buffer is shown as a dashed green line. So you've got some wetlands pretty much in the middle of the proposed lots, as well as a small piece of wetlands down towards the Little Lagoon. In this instance, the applicant has buffered the wetlands with the required 30 feet of natural vegetation. We do have a couple recommendations to be consistent with past wetland waiver approvals. They need to provide signage on the wetlands notifying the future property owners of the protected nature of the wetlands, reference the protected nature of the wetlands on the deeds of each lot, and then the subdivision plat shall reference the monitoring and enforcement provisions within the wetland protection regulations. And We recommend approval with those 4 conditions as I just went over, and I'll be happy to answer any questions.
Thank you, Andy. It's Resolution 7090. This is also a public hearing. First, council, any questions or comments?
Move for the adoption of Resolution 7091 and waive its reading.
Second.
A motion is second to approve or to adopt this Resolution 7091 as presented. Is there any further discussion? I said this was a public hearing. It is not. But anybody in the public have any questions or comments? Since I said that, I'll allow it if anybody wants to ask anything. We have a motion and a second to adopt Resolution 7091 as presented. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? 7091 is approved and adopted. Thank you, Andy. Next, we have Resolution 7092. Melvin, you got a couple of these related to the state park area, authorizing MOUs.
Yes, sir. There's been no changes on either one of these from last week. The first is an MOU between the City of Gulf Shores and Valor Hospitality Groups for the reimbursement of lifeguard services at the lodge in the amount of up to $20,000.
That's Resolution 7094.
Motion to adopt resolution 7092.
7092, I'm sorry.
Second.
Have a motion and a second to adopt this resolution as presented. Any discussion or comment? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? That's 7093. Next, we have Resolution 7094. Gabe? Oh, you've got one more.
Yeah, there's one more, Mayor.
One off, boss.
First one was 7091. This is 7093.
Yes, sir. And this one is between the City of Gulf Shores and the Gulf State Park. It's the same thing. It's MOU for lifeguard services at the Saltwater Pavilion for reimbursement up to $36,000.
Thank you, Melvin. Council, any questions or comments?
Move for the adoption of Resolution 7093 and waive its reading.
Second.
Have a motion and a second to adopt this resolution as presented. Any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? 7093 is approved and adopted. Next, 7094. Gabe, this is a contract related to our Justice Center.
Good afternoon. This first item, yes, here's the slides, is to recommend award of professional services contract to Turner Boone for the Justice Center's complete furniture package under state contract or State of Alabama approved purchasing cooperative agreement for an amount not to exceed $706,130.73. There are no changes from last week. If you can pull the slides back up, but I will go through the slides just to refresh. This is the Justice Center's furniture plan layout. And the services that we're awarding to Turner Boone are design and conceptualization, procurement, installation, and then service beyond. And these are a few of the items that we're purchasing for the Justice Center's furniture. Funding is included in the approved budget, and staff recommends to award.
Thank you, Gabe. That's Resolution 7094.
Move for the adoption of Resolution 7094 and waive its reading.
Second.
Have a motion and a second to approve this resolution as presented. Any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Resolution 7094 is approved and adopted. Next, Gabe, one more.
Yes, this next item is furniture again, and this is the dispatch workstations in the Justice Center. The recommendation is to authorize procurement of the Justice Center dispatch workstations from Zybex for $131,891.57. This is under NASPO purchasing cooperative contract. Here's a architectural drawing of the layout of the dispatch room and the 5 dispatch stations. Here's a rendering of what the dispatch stations look like. The funding for these dispatch stations is included in the approved budget. And staff recommendation is to approve.
Thank you, Gabe. Council, that's resolution 7095.
Move for the adoption of resolution 7095 as presented.
Second.
Have a motion and a second to adopt this resolution as presented. Any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? 7095 is approved and adopted. Thank you, Gabe. Brandon?
Afternoon, Mayor and Council. Just coming back to you to authorize resolution to have two properties demolished that we've been working with. This is the first one at 141 Windmill Ridge. I do have an update on this property, but you can see the shape it was in and the reason we had requested that we be authorized to demolish it. This is the second structure of 1420 West Lagoon that we've been trying to work with the owner to get cleaned up to no avail. You can see it's in pretty bad shape as well. This is the current situation at 141 Windmill Ridge. So the owner did obtain permits, as we discussed last Monday, and then over the weekend, this has occurred. And the resolutions that you have before you are for not to exceed a contract. So by approving the resolution tonight, even though the house has been torn down, this still would allow us to go in and clean it up if she does not clean the site up in a timely manner. So I am requesting that we approve the contracts for 141 Windmill and 1420 West Lagoon.
It's resolution 7096.
Motion to approve resolution 7096.
Second.
Have a motion and a second to adopt this resolution as presented. Any discussion or comment?
One question, timely, you used the term timely for cleaning up of the site. I know this has been an untimely process over several years, so how long will she have to clean up this lot before we?
So code enforcement tried to reach out and make contact with her today to kind of get an update on where we stand with everything. Have not heard back from her today, but I'll have you an answer for that by tomorrow.
Okay, great, thank you.
Yes, sir.
The only other thing I saw on the picture was, I noticed the last time we had a strong wind, debris would blow over in the neighbor's yard. There's no way to contain that. Is that?
The way it's sitting right now, no, sir, there's not. So when we say timely, Mr. Garris, we're going to work with her to get that up.
Well, I know we have a front coming in. It's supposed to be some strong winds toward the end of the week. That could blow some of that debris all over the place.
The contractor is ready to move in if we need be, so.
Any other questions for Brandon on resolution 7096? If not, any action?
We
We're
have a
ready to
motion and a
vote.
second.
Or do you have a motion second?
Yes, sir.
Any discussion further? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? 7096 is approved and adopted. Next, we've got a situation, we've got 3 different ordinances, and Cindy, you've got the first one. This is authorize a bank loan with Resident Bank.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Mayor. There are no changes from last week. This is a request to borrow $20 million on behalf of the airport from Renaissance Bank at 4.8% interest for 3 years. It's a construction loan. And the Finance Committee's reviewed and approved, and requesting approval of the council now.
Thank you, Cindy. Any questions for Cindy on this ordinance?
Move that we suspend rules of procedure that we may consider this ordinance.
Second.
Have a motion and a second to suspend the rules. Toby?
Mr. Garris.
Aye.
Ms. Guthrie.
Aye.
Mr. Harris.
Aye.
Dr. Dyken.
Aye.
Mr. Jones.
Aye.
Mayor Kraft.
Aye. The rules are suspended. We're free to consider ordinance 2003, I'm sorry, 2203. I'll get in a minute.
Motion to consider its ordinance 2203.
Second.
Have a motion and a second. Any discussion? Toby?
Mr. Garris.
Aye.
Ms. Guthrie.
Aye.
Mr. Harris.
Aye.
Dr. Dyken.
Aye.
Mr. Jones.
Aye.
Mayor Kraft.
Aye. Ordinance 2203 is approved and adopted. Next, we have ordinance 2204. Teresa?
This is a recommendation for a non-exclusive franchise agreement for MCI Metro Access Transmission Services. There's no changes from last week. MCI Metro will provide fiber optics to Verizon Wireless, so Verizon can provide service to their customers. This would be a 5-year non-exclusive franchise agreement to construct, maintain, and operate communication facilities in the right-of-way in accordance with and subject to the provisions of the code, or the city's code of ordinance. There is an option for an additional 5-year term. This company is not a customer-facing company. They're directly working with Verizon. The recommendation is to approve the franchise agreement.
Thank you, Teresa. Council, any questions for Teresa on this ordinance?
Move that we suspend rules of procedure that we may consider the ordinance.
Second.
Have a motion and a second to suspend the rules. Toby?
Mr. Garris.
Aye.
Ms. Guthrie.
Aye.
Mr. Harris.
Aye.
Dr. Dyken.
Aye.
Mr. Jones.
Aye.
Mayor Kraft.
Aye. The rules are suspended. We're free to consider ordinance 2204.
Move for the adoption of ordinance 2204 and waive its reading.
Second.
Have a motion and a second to approve as presented. Toby?
Mr. Garris.
Aye.
Ms. Guthrie.
Aye.
Mr. Harris.
Aye.
Dr. Dyken.
Aye.
Mr. Jones.
Aye.
Mayor Kraft.
Aye. Ordinance 2204 is approved and adopted. Next, Jenny, we have ordinance 2205.
Good evening, council. There is no changes from last week on this. This ordinance is to add 2 four-way stop intersections within our city. The first is in the Martinwood subdivision at Treasure Oaks and Millhouse Road. As you know, Treasure Oaks is a long stretch of road, and so this will help with some speeding there. There's also a curve on that road, so it'll help with the sight distance of people on Millhouse making the turn onto Treasure Oaks. The second one, second four-way stop is at West 2nd Street and Midtown Center. That is located about 350 feet south of the Commerce stop sign that's on West 2nd Avenue. And for reference, that's a similar distance to the recently approved stop sign on East 3rd and 23rd, from 23rd to 22nd. So similar kind of spacing when we're talking about spacing of the stop signs, just for reference.
Thank
Happy
you,
to
Jenny.
answer questions.
Council, any questions for Jenny on ordinance 2205?
Move that we suspend rules of procedure that we may consider the ordinance.
Second.
Have a motion and a second to suspend the rules. Toby?
Mr. Garris.
Aye.
Ms. Guthrie.
Aye.
Mr. Harris.
Aye.
Dr. Dyken.
Aye.
Mr. Jones.
Aye.
Mayor Kraft.
Aye. Rules are suspended. We're free to consider ordinance 2205.
Move for the approval of ordinance 2205 as presented.
Second.
Motion and a second to adopt this ordinance as presented. Toby?
Mr. Garris.
Aye.
Ms. Guthrie.
Aye.
Mr. Harris.
Aye.
Dr. Dyken.
Reluctantly, aye.
Mr. Jones.
Aye.
Mayor Kraft.
Aye. Ordinance 2205 is approved and adopted. Thank you, Jenny. That concludes all of our new business for this evening. Are there any committee reports? With none, staff?
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Good afternoon, council. I just wanted to provide a notice that next week at the March 16th Committee of the Whole meeting will be proposing a new tree protection ordinance. So it's updated language. We got a slide there. Okay, he's working on it. But we define different specific types of development. So commercial, new residential, existing residential, and then we have a new category for like the large residential developments. Again, this is noticed for all of you and members of the public. The draft language is available if you want to scan that QR code or visit that URL at the bottom of the screen. Again, it's draft, so we may make some changes based on feedback we hear, but again, please, if anyone has any questions, feel free to reach out to me, and we'll be prepared for next week. That's all.
Thank you, Scott.
Thanks, sir.
Any other city staff? Dr. Aiken?
Good afternoon. I think I have a slide too. Come on, Kevin.
Okay, go ahead.
No, I was just excited to announce that our choirs just participated in a district competition in Daphne and received, overall group ensemble was with all 16 students, received a superior, I don't know what's better, superior or excellent, but we got the best. And then you see the students' names who also received superior and excellent ratings. So we're building a choir. They're really excited, middle school and high school, about getting in the new theater and new choir room. So that program has really built up in the last few years. And then secondly, this is our second year to have a cybersecurity team. We went to the University of Alabama and competed in their cyber program. There were over 500 students competing, and we came in first, which means we beat the Alabama Cybersecurity School out of Huntsville, that's all they do is cyber. Anyway, we were really excited about how that program is coming along, and that, along with a lot of our engineering programs, are just really, really doing well. So excited about, also, they're really excited about getting in those new labs at the high school. So just want to share that with you.
And as you should.
I don't have a slide, but I got some late breaking news. Evelyn Lamar of the Gulf Shores High School women's varsity golf team just came in first place in the Magnolia tournament over at the Robert Trent Jones course in Mobile. And not only did she come in first place, but she was voted most valuable player of the tournament as well. So we're glad to have that. And I think you may know, but we have 3 state champions, 2 to announce in indoor track and 1 in wrestling that were individual state champions in these past winter sports. So things are going great guns, and just want to keep you informed of what's going on at Gulf Shores City Schools. Make waves.
Pretty impressive, as usual. Anyone that didn't get on the agenda would like to approach the council with any question or any comment, it's your time for the microphone. Yes, please.
Hey, good evening, Mayor, Council. It's Blair Castro. Tomorrow night from 6 to 8:30 p.m. at the Erie Meyer Civic Center, our podcast, WFUZ TV, is having an open candidate forum. It's open to the public, completely free admission. Everyone is welcome. We have 18 candidates coming, including almost every county commission candidate, candidates for sheriff, lieutenant governor, judges. All these county and statewide candidates are coming right here to Gulf Shores. We're really happy to bring that here to the city, as I don't think anything's been done this county cycle here in the city. So I would like to invite you all to come out. It's totally free. There'll be food, live music. It's going to be a good time. Anybody here in the audience, please come out, bring a friend, bring a neighbor. It's going to be really fun. And the more people we get from Gulf Shores to show up and care about what happens at a county and state level, I think the better. We might not think that a solar farm in Stockton matters here, but it does. All trickles down. We might not think, who's our circuit judge matters, but it does. So we're happy to inform people, get you a chance to meet and talk to the candidates one-on-one, and just wanted to invite you all to come out. Thank you.
Blair, thank you. Great opportunity for us to meet some of the folks that we'll be having to consider to vote for. For those, yes, sir, Mr. Kickler.
Tacky Jacks. Just want to take a second, thank Clint and the construction crew for getting us open here last Sunday on 2nd Avenue. With that being said, and I spoke to the group the other day about this, is there's still detour signage on 2nd Avenue that doesn't need to be there, particularly right before the red light, turning folks on the 23rd. There's no need to direct traffic through the neighborhoods right now. There's no active detour. If we could look at that and then look at turning off the turn signal on the 23rd again. Why drive people through the neighborhood and park when they could go turn right at 24th? But I appreciate if y'all could
we can make that
happen. Then the other one, and this is from a different angle, because I drive it every day, but coming down Canal Road, you have the left on the 3rd Avenue, and all the barricades are kind of gone right there going towards the construction site. Just a little concern. If you guys remember 2 years ago, we had 2 cars drive through, and there's really nothing, there's no signage at all to stop them. So that'd just be something. They're not going to run into Tacky Jacks anymore, but they could run into your elevator. So just something to look at. Thank you.
We can fix that too. Thank you, Kenny.
Thank you. You were a big help.
Anybody else? Anything? Appreciate your visiting here today, and for those of you that first time here, this is the council meeting where we vote. The previous Monday, we have a work session where we talk deeply about each of these, and we ask you for your question and comments, and we listen to them then. That gives us time to take that into consideration in preparing to vote this Monday. So went through quick tonight. You didn't get to have an hour. If you came here wanting to talk, you got the microphone right now. If you didn't have that on your mind, thank you for coming. Stay with us if you want to come and hear more about what we're doing. Come on the first Monday. The first and third Mondays are discussion periods, and then we go from there. So anyway, if there's no other conversation or discussion, is there a motion we adjourn?
Move to adjourn.
We stand adjourned. Thank you, and hopefully you'll come back next